You're over 50 and think you have nothing to share? Well, think again. Baby, you're the new niche. You've got plenty to share. You just got to find your tribe. So today I'm going to give you some ideas that you can think about and help usher you into finding your tribe and getting started on your YouTube channel today. So hang with me. I'll be right back with some of those life lessons that you can share to get started on your YouTube channel. Well, I'm sure we probably all heard it before, or maybe even thought it before. Maybe no one said it. It was maybe like an unspoken rule that you're just too old to do anything on YouTube. YouTube's platform is mostly for the young folks. Well, that might be a little bit of truth in that, but nowadays there are so many 40-year-olds and older, 50 years plus, that are actually joining the YouTube platform. There are so many life lessons as an older adult that you can share to help someone. You have a wealth of knowledge that you can pass on to someone because you've lived some life experiences. You have some life experiences under your belt. You're an older, seasoned adult. Don't think that you don't have anything to offer. Believe it or not, so many young folk wish they had some seasoned people in their lives to help them make better decisions and better choices. And we all need someone as a role model in our lives. We need someone that can kind of help usher us into doing things and they're going to help benefit us in our lives. It should never be selfish. If you're been around and you're seasoned, you know you got some things you can share. I mean, maybe you can share some tips with someone about how they can be a better mother, or some things that they could do as to help their children exceed and excel in life. Some of the do's and don'ts. Or you just might want to be like that mother figure or that father figure, or that uncle, the uncle figure that tells you what you shouldn't be doing as a young man. So just know that you're not obsolete. If you're 50 plus, you got something that you can share. You want to talk about some things that you're an expert in. And by expert, I don't mean you went to college and you have a degree. I mean just life's lessons, things that you've experienced that you can help others. There are all sorts of ideas that you can bring to the channel. So let's just jump on some things that you can share as a seasoned, I like to say, older adult. 1, cooking tips. Maybe you're great at cooking. Maybe you just you have some of grandma's recipes. You know how to cook. You can actually start a cooking channel. You can actually give some great tips on how you would do things, how foods are made. People love baking. People love just good food. So yeah, you can start a channel where you are sharing your baking experiences, your cooking experiences. If you want to share some of your recipes, some how-to, some good old-fashioned grandma Madia's recipes, just get in that kitchen and start cooking. You don't have to have the best lighting and all of that, but don't worry about that. You just get on that stove and start whipping up some things, and you'll be surprised at how well you would do. Number 2, you love pets. So maybe you have a precious little kitty that you just love so much, and you have all sorts of fun times, and you have videos or things of you and your pet doing funny and crazy things together. Hey, you can share that. I never thought I'd be a cat lady, but I really have fallen in love with cats. I have 2 precious babies, a mom who I call Boots, who we named Boots, and we have the precious little baby, who's not a little baby, really not anymore. He's grown so much, and we call him Smokey. So they are almost like identical twins. They look so much alike, and I love my babies. I love my fur babies. So many people really love fur babies. So maybe you can start a channel where you're just blogging some things about you and your cat or your dog or whatever. Listen, pet videos really do well. I've seen so many times when people share their pet experiences with their pets doing funny and silly things, and they actually do very well. So that might be an idea. Number 3, maybe you are great at babysitting. Maybe you have that experience. Maybe you can share some babysitting tips. Maybe you can share some parenting tips of things that you've learned as an adult, as you learned as a parent, something that might help someone else, a young parent, a young mother, or a young dad, to how they can help raise their children, or just some really great tips on parenting. That's something that we all needed growing up, and some, we still need. No matter how old you get, you never forget mom or dad, whether they passed on or not. You if they were in your lives, and even if they weren't in your lives, you always have that part in you that really wants that mother or that father in their lives. So you never get too old to really have a mom or dad, and you never get too old and you're never too young to learn some things about parenting. So that's a great avenue, giving some great parenting tips. Number 4, maybe you can sew. You can possibly have some great ideas, some great tips on teaching someone how to sew, how to knit, or how to do things, any types of arts and crafts that you have experience with doing, you can share that. That would be an amazing thing to learn. So many people nowadays are really getting into all sorts of arts and crafts. Maybe you are able to paint. Let me tell you a story about me. A few years ago, I never ever would have thought that I would pick up a paintbrush, and not just a kind in your house, I mean an actual paintbrush, to work on canvases, to actually paint images. And it was something I had no idea was in me to do. And surprisingly, I just picked up the paintbrush one day. I looked at it, I said, you know what, I just feel like I can do this. I just felt this urge, and I just sat down, got all my painting utensils together, and I started painting. And I was so surprised to see the things that I was able to put on that canvas. It was amazing. So sometimes we don't even know what untapped potential we have in us until we try it. So maybe you doing some of these arts and crafts may motivate someone else to try the same thing. So yeah, I think arts and crafts would be a great avenue, would be a great niche, would be something that you can share. You can even do it like in time lapse, or it can be, you know, a little long and lengthy and step by step. So it's so many things that you can do within the craft field, you know, just showing crafts and things of that nature. I love it. I can sit down all day and watch somebody paint. I like to look at those artists on TV when they're painting. It's amazing. It's amazing to me. Maybe it'll be amazing to you too. You should try it. You should try it.